Alright guys, we're back. We're going to look at some more sets here. One of you, well, two of you, requested something, so we're going to be looking at some Insect Glaives today. Thank you, Cam3021. As you can see here, he asked, do you have a best meta Insect Glaive build by chance? I didn't at the time. I don't know, again, I don't know if these are meta or not. These are theory crafting videos. I try to make the best set I can with the limited time I have. So, also I do not play every weapon, so there is that. But I did play a good amount of Insect Glaive back in World Iceborne. I know it's a bit different now in Wilds, but we're going to give it a crack. And Ellison here, next comment down, sets us up with that. It says, hello, I don't normally comment, but here's my current setup with Insect Glaive. He has attack boost 5, crit boost 5, airborne 1, wex 5, agitator 5, maximum might 3, quick sheath 3, burst 2, speed eating 2, divine blessing 1, second wind 1, which is Anjanath's set ability, Lord Soul, and Ebony Odogaron 1. Then he goes through the actual set and what he has on each piece. And then the weapon is Dragon Element, Gogma Ardian Glaive with 1 affinity and 2 attack on the first Ardian upgrade. And then attack focus to go into Gogma. And then reinforce with attack EX twice, attack 3, an affinity EX, and a sharpness EX. The decos on it are airborne plus attack with crit boost 3 and crit boost 2. Group skills, obviously we said Ebony, Odo, and Lord Soul are on here. Those are going to be ones on the actual weapon. And he says flat raw is 243 without any buffs on the weapon. And feel free to copy and let me know how I can improve my build. Thank you. Well, let me tell you, Ellison, that build, which is this one right here, is fantastic. There is two issues, though, that I found with it. One is just with your comment. You didn't tell me what Insect you're using, and I don't know because I've not messed around with them nearly enough in the end game of Wild, so I have no idea. I know different ones do change our values here, but I did not go through and just arbitrarily pick one of those because I don't know which one's best for which what means. But, that being said, we have one other issue. And it's anytime one of your levels shows up in red on here. That means that you are overcharged on max might. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of your max mights and we're going to put it as a refresh jewel. That will help us out with keeping Fulgur Anjanath's extra stamina bar up and full. So, like I said, we have a Dragon Element Insect Glaive, 1 affinity, and 2 attack infusions. We are attack focused with Ebony Odogaron and Lord Soul. We have 2 attack EXs, an attack 3, an affinity EX, and a sharpness boost EX. That is a fantastic roll if you actually have that. Not to mention the charm that we're going to get to. My god. Okay. So then we have Flight Attack Jewel. We have Critical 3, Critical 2. For the helmet, we have Fulgur's Helm Beta with a Tenderizer and a Physique. I put the Physique in there. you actually had protection. So he has a tenderizer and a protection jewel. Then we have Dahad Shard Mail Gamma with 2 Mighty Jewels. Some Fulgur Vambraces Beta with 2 Tenderizer Jewels. Ebony Coil Beta with a Tenderizer and a Refresh Jewel that I just put in there. And Duna Wildgreaves Gamma with a Tenderizer and 2 Gobblers. Giving us... Is that... Nah, let me just double check. That's right. And he has Gobbler... Yeah, Gobbler 2. For some reason I was thinking he had Gobbler 3. He has Gobbler 2. That gives us our leftover stuff to go into our charm, which is going to be Attack Boost 3, Burst 1, and Attack Jewel 1. This is a actual possible charm, if you're wondering. I did look. It's right here on the table. You can do, it's a rarity 8, Attack Boost 3, Burst 1, and we can have 1 Attack Jewel slot. So, you know, it's viable. It can happen. For food items, we have Demon Drug, or not Demon Drug, Demon Powder, Mega Demon Drug, Might Seed, and Power Charm. Again, we are not using Might Pill because it's not viable. Then we have a meal selected. Doesn't matter which one, just a meal. We have all 3 buffs selected to give us our actual output. Now, this is for a spiral combo. In high rank, theoretical average. This is not against any particular monster. We can choose particular monsters. So we could go Gravios. Okay? It's going to be different than Arkveld. See? We're doing a theoretical average because we're not focused on any one particular monster. Different, styles are going to vote differently for different monsters, depending on their hide thickness, if you're going to bounce or not. You shouldn't be bouncing with white, but neither here nor there. So again, we have Agitator 5, Attack Boost 5, Crit Boost 5, Weakness Exploit 5, Maximum Might 3, Quick Sheath 3, Guardian's Protection, which increases recovery speed of stamina and red gauge near Wilk Stalks, basically when you're in Wyveria. Lord Soul, Burst 2, Speed Eating 2, Ebony Odogaron's Power 1, Fulgur Anjanath's Will 1, Airborne, Divine Blessing 1, Stamina Surge 1, and the rest doesn't matter. Coming up to 4,017. That's our total. Attack between 372 and 390. Affinity being 50 to 80%. We have 70 in our White Sharpness. And our element is 310 to 390. And I will bring this up because we're doing a bunch of different sets here. If it does matter to you, 489 for defense. We're not weak to anything. Okay? Nothing negative for defense. Stamina is 275, health is 150. Alright, so I took this, I tried looking at it. I tried to stay in the spirit of what you're doing here and not just redo this set and be like, oh, well, if you just change Tenderizer and you go to Throttle multiple times, I believe. Yep. 1 doesn't do it. 2 does. Do Throttle, it goes up. But, again, we're staying in the spirit of... He has everything maxed out at the top. Full Agitator, full Weakness Exploit. Beautiful, beautiful set. It is very interesting that switching out 1 Throttle and then 1 Tenderizer, regardless, it does nothing. It does nothing. I found that quite interesting. The next set, I swear it just came up this way. I didn't do it, on purpose this way. This is just what I found. 418. Instead of 417, it's 418. And honestly, probably best to go with the other one. You'll see why. Everything here is the same, except for we do Leviathan's Fury and scale layering. So, weapon stays the same. We still have flight, attack, critical 3, critical 2. We haven't changed our Insect in any of these. For our helmet, we have Fulgur Anjanath Helmet Beta with a Tenderizer and a Sheath. Chest, we have Fulgur Male Beta with a Challenger and a Mighty and a Physique. For the braces, we have Ebony Braces Beta with a Challenger Jewel and a Refresh Jewel. For the waist, we have Ebony Coil Beta with a Challenger and a Mighty Jewel. For the legs, we have Lagaricus Greaves Beta with a Sheath Jewel. And I kept the charm the same for all of these. Okay? Again, you could get wildly different, but from most of... That's not what I'm looking for. This one. From most of the ones that I see people are using are from like attack 3 with one of these: Adrenaline Rush, Convert Element, Agitator, Element Absorption, Latent Power, Burst, Player, Weakness Exploit. They're using something from there usually. That's what you see most people using if they have it. So that's what we kept. I would just like to say I don't have one of those, and it's bullshit. So. No, it's okay. It's alright. So we have, all the items here are the same. No might pill. Still the rest of everything else. We have our food buff. We have all 3 extracts. That gives us Agitator 5, Attack Boost 5, Critical Boost 5, Burst 3, Maximum Might 3, Weakness Exploit 3, Guardian Protection, which again is the same thing. Quick Sheath, only level 2 instead of 3. I kept that in there because it seemed to be something that you wanted. So we were able to keep 2 levels of that in this one instead of 3. Then we went with Ebony Odogaron's Power 1, Fulgur Anjanath's Will 1, Leviathan's Fury 1, and Leviathan's Fury gives us extra affinity and deals thunder damage upon build-up. We still have Airborne, Constitution 1, Divine Blessing 1, Lane Power 1, and Stamina Surge 1. I did choose... Yeah, so you could change this physique out. You could definitely go with Sheath to get your 3 sheaths there. It makes no difference for the number. These last ones don't matter. Giving us a total of 418. Attack is between 357 and 377 with 75 to 90% affinity, 70 hits of white, sharpness, and element 310 to 314, not 310 to 314, jeez, 310 to 410. Your defense, this is the highest defense of all the ones we have here at 510, but you are slightly weak to ice, so probably not the best to take this up against Jindahad. So if we look back here, 372 to 390 is the first one, 357 to 377 the second one, but we have higher amounts of crit, which makes the difference, 75 to 90 instead of 50 to 80. That's what's going to make the difference, make this go slightly higher. Now, I said I'd probably use the first one. That was made by the viewer, just because the second one here, we do use latent power. I'm not a huge fan of latent power. If you do like latent power, we got another set coming for you, but you take that off, you do less. Quite substantially less. It drops it down by over 100. So that's that set. That one just barely ekes it out, but if you like using the Legiacris bonus, there you go. That'll work for you. Next set we have is going to be our strongest set, technically. As far as the reinforcements, same thing for the initial. We are still attack focused. We have Ebony Odogaron's Power and Lord Soul, and all the reinforcements are the same. We kept those the same as well because we did not want to go in here and tell the guy to, or lady, to completely change or try and re-roll a new Insect Glaive. If you don't have this Insect Glaive, again, your numbers are just going to be a little bit off, but the set still works. Again, we have Flight and Attack, we have Crit 3 and Crit 2. We have Fulgur Helm Beta with a Throttle and a Physique Jewel. We have Ray Sandmail Gamma with a Physique Jewel. We have Gogmazio's Van Braces with Alpha with a Refresh Jewel and a Physique Jewel. We have Ebony Coil Beta with a Throttle and a Mighty Jewel. And then we have Duna Wildgreaves Gamma with a Challenger and 2 Physique Jewels. Charm being the same. Gives us Agitator 5, Attack Boost 5, Constitution 5. Yawning because it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Crit Boost 5, Latent Power 5, Maximum Might 3, Quick Sheath 3, Lord Soul, Burst 2, Ebony Odogaron's Power 1, Fulgur Anjanath's Will 1. We do not get Guardian Protection this time, although I'd argue it's not worth trying to get. Airborne, Stamina Surge 1, and the rest doesn't matter. I don't have food buffs on this yet. Okay, I missed one there. I noticed there was no food stuff down here. Alright, so now food buffs. So we have all that, giving us a total of 4,237.6. Again, you take latent power off. First 2 minutes. Now, if you're running to a monster, though, I believe, someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe, say you start out at base and you're running to a monster, the only thing that latent power says is temporarily increases affinity and reduces stamina depletion when certain conditions are met. Conditions being, after encountering a large monster, a 2-minute cooldown triggers. Doesn't say the monster you're hunting, just says a large monster. So if you can just tap something on the way, you can get that ticker going. If the monster's right there next to you, like you're doing a speed run, that's not going to help you. Also, taking 130 points of damage also sets it, but you also have a cooldown of 2 minutes as well. Now, again, that gives us 4,237.6 with attack between 372 and 390. Affinity is 100%, but 50 of that is coming from straight latent power. White sharpness is still 70. Element is 310 to 390. Health 150, stamina 275. Defense is 492. Weak to nothing. Weakest thing or hardest thing you're going to face is fire attacks. So this here, if you don't mind playing around latent power, is excellent. Excellent build. It does change too, like you have to have Gogmazio's Van Braces here, because if you go with Fulgur, go way down, and you can put one more max might in here, and you don't make up the difference. I suppose you could put counter. Counter brings it up, but we're not playing for counter with this set. Back to Gogmazio's Alpha. And we had a refresh and a physique, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be your set if you want to, screw around with latent power. You can have it full uptime. Or not full uptime, but you can have full power of it, all 5 levels. But you do not get Raydal's voltage, which extends it. Little hiccup there. But very good set if you're fine with latent power. Not my favorite, but it is what it is. And obviously you're not going to be doing this damage. Like, this is not going to be your set damage unless you're killing the monster within 2 minutes. So long as you're doing a monster hunt and it lasts at least 4 minutes, you're going to have an average of between this and this. So what? We'll do the quick math here. Let's see, calculator. Alright, so we have 3687.1 plus 4237.6. And then divide that by 2. Over a 4-minute hunt, your average is 3,962.35. So still rather good. Of course, most of these skills are not going to be full uptime. I'd say if you're not as comfortable hitting weak spots with Insect Glaive, especially if you're doing a lot of aerial and there's not a lot of weak spots up there, latent power might be the way to go. But we have another set coming here. Alright, for this one, everything the same as far as the weapon. We have Ebony Odogron's Power and Lord's Soul. I think I have food buffs on this one. Yeah, wasn't dumb on this one. Not this one. Accidentally paused. Whoops. Okay. So we did change the decorations in this though. We have Flight Attack still. We have Critical Jewel 3 still. But we changed out a Critical Jewel 2 for an Expert Jewel 3. If I can talk today, I swear. And I'll show you why. If we go back to Critical Jewel 2, now look, we have 4,074.7, Critical Jewel 2, 4,060.5. So you do want to go with, my god, Expert Jewel 3. For the helmet, we have Ray Sandhelm Gamma with a Challenger Jewel. For the chest, we have Ebony Male Beta with a Tenderizer and a Challenger Jewel. The gloves, we have Gogmazios Vambrace's Alpha with a Counter Jewel and a Physique Jewel. Waist, we have Fulgur Coil Beta with two Challenger Jewels. Sorry. And for the legs, we have Udra Mirgreaves Gamma with a Counter Jewel. Again, the same thing for the charm. Buffs are all the same. Gives us Agitator 5, Attack Boost 5, Counter Strike 3, Crit Boost 3, Critical Eye 3, Maximum Might 3, Speed Eating 3, Lord Soul, Resentment 2, Stamina Surge 2, Weakness Exploit 2, Ebony Dogran's Power 1, Fulgur Anginess Will 1, Airborne 1, Burst 1, Constitution 1, Earplugs 1. Not sure how useful that is. And everything else doesn't matter. Giving us the 4,074.7. Now, you will notice that this one does not have throttle. It does not have latent power in it at all. So this one here is if you're not playing perfectly. That's how I like to frame this set. If you're like me and you're going to get hit, Counter-Strike, and Resentment. Now, Resentment uptime differs with players, differs with what you get hit by, you know, if you're in Oil Well Basin or not. That does change. But, again, we have 4,074.7. Attack is between 407 to 423. Affinity is 62 to 72%. 70 for sharpness. Element is 310 to 370. Health 150, stamina 275, and defense is 492. And that is the same as the last set. And this just slightly more than the first set, but still comes in tied for second. You're not weak to anything. Hardest thing that's going to hit you is going to be water. So Uthduna. Uthduna is going to hit you pretty hard with her waves. Other than that, you know, doing pretty good. I actually really like this set here. But we'll get into my favorite set here in a minute once we're all done. Last set I have here. I had a question about if I do what the sets would take to turn them into an element set. So we're going to do an element set here. This is going as much into element as we can. Dragon Affinity and Attack Affinity, or Attack Infusions are all the same, except for we do the element focus. Okay? That is going to bring us down. If we go to attack, obviously it's going to go slightly up. But it doesn't bring us down by much to do element focus on Insect Glaive. At least on this. Then we have Ebony Odogaron's Power and Guardian Protection. Now, again, we kept the reinforcements the same. Although you could change these. I mean, at this point we're re-rolling anyways, so I don't know. For the jewels, we have Flight Attack Jewel. We have Critical Jewel 3. And then for the last one, we have Dragon Critical Element Jewel. Okay, so that gives us 3 points of Dragon Element and a point of Critical Element on our weapon. For the armor, we have Gogmazio's Helm Alpha with a Challenger Jewel. I did not put anything in this one. Why did I not do that? Huh. Alright, we will do Sheath. There you go. Alright, so Gogmazio's Helm Alpha with Challenger and a Sheath Jewel. Ebony Male Beta with 2 Challenger Jewels. Gogmazio's Vambrace's Alpha with a Mighty Jewel and a Physique Jewel. The waist, we have Fulgur Coil Beta with a Challenger Jewel and a Tenderizer Jewel. And for the legs, we have Numinous Greaves Beta with a Tenderizer Jewel and a Counter Jewel. The charm here at the end, we just let go. And we have our buffs all set. That brings us to Agitator 5, Attack Boost 5, Crit Boost 3. Okay, we can get better attack here if we go to, you know, this Dragon Crit Element Jewel. We change that back to Crit 2. That does help us. 388, 3? 3088, 3. Oh my god. So stupid. 3,883.3. I'm just yelling at myself at this point. So, but with Dragon and Crit Element Jewel, we have 3,836.3. So, we're keeping the 3 though. This is an element build. We have Dragon Attack 3, Element Absorption 3, Maximum Might 3, Guardian Protection, Counter Strike 2, Peak Performance 2, Weakness Exploit 2, Ebony Odogaron's Power 1, Fulgur Will 1, Gogmapocalypse 1, Zoshia's Pulse 1, Airborne, Burst 1, Constitution 1, Critical Element 1, Earplugs 1, Quick Sheath 1, Recovery Speed 1, Stamina Surge 1. The rest doesn't matter. Okay, so if you're asking yourself, why do we have Peak Performance and Counter-Strike both on here? Well, the reason for that is, in this element build, to get as much element as we can without changing the weapon too much here, and really getting in the weeds, we can check that in a second, but to really get as much element as we can, we need element absorption. So after taking elemental damage, temporarily grants you element effects. So for level 3 here, for Insect Glaive, because not all the weapons are the same, pisses me off, we get plus 60 element and plus 8 elemental resistance to the element that we took damage from. I think just the element we took damage from, not every element. Might be wrong there. This is giving us to every element, though, according to this chart. So that gives us 3,836.3. Attack is between 366 and 382. Affinity is 60 to 70%. 70 for white sharpness. Element is 601 to 660. Health and stamina are the same. Defense is 519. Actually, this is technically the strongest defense that we have. This doesn't add anything to it, though, right? No. Making sure nothing weird happens there. But your element defense rate, you are going to be weak to fire and dragon until after you get hit, and then they go positive. Now, again, Peak Performance and Counter-Strike do not normally go together, but you need to get hit by element to activate element absorption. To combat that, to be able to get Peak Performance back up, we have Zoshia's Pulse, which allows the health gauge to continue to slowly recover up to maximum value, even if there's no red portion. That's going to allow us to keep the attack going and passively get Peak Performance back. Theoretically. Counter just works well with elemental absorption because we're going to need it. And for counter strikes, counter does activate with your offset for Insect Glaive. It does trigger counter strike. So you don't even have to necessarily get hit, but offset. We all know that those go perfectly well every time, right? Overall, this is not horribly off from the set that was given. 200, not even. 180 off. But I feel like it's doable. If you really want to play an element weapon, as far as I know, Insect Glaive should be one of the better weapons for element. I could be wrong there, but even if we go down to Zoshia, who is technically weak to element dragon. Alright, so if we go to wing arms, weakness, or weak point rather, it is 5,947.1 for the first build. And then for our element build, we have 5,597.8. So yeah, we're 350 off. That's just the state of element. I mean, what are you gonna do? Let's look at not weak spots at a bad weak spot value. Let's go hind legs. For the element version, we hit 1450.3 for the original hind legs 14, 18.8. So you see, we're closing the gap. The less power, the less we hit for, the better element does. But we are so far in the realm of just upping attack at this point that it's just overpowering element. You just can't hit fast enough, light enough, really, for element to overpower just raw. If we do wounded, no wait, go back here and switch all these back. Wounded. See, wounded between the first set that was suggested and then my first set that I, suggested. The first set wins, which is obvious. We don't have weakness exploit on this set maxed out like the first set does. This set here does the exact same, which is interesting. Oh, that's because we don't have weakness exploit in this one at all. That's why. I wonder if we have the same issue here. Nope. Definitely want the throttle jewel on that one. For this one, yep, first set's still winning. And this one obviously is in last. So I've got to say, Ellison, you submitted an excellent build. You just are maxed out on maximum might. And I don't know what your kinsect is for your Insect Glaive. Otherwise, this set is awesome. I couldn't find anything to outright beat this. From a what do you call it? Just an aesthetics view. I mean, having full agitator, full attack boost, full weakness exploit, full maximum might with quick sheath, Lord Soul, 2 burst, Ebony Odogron, full Granjanath. That's amazing. It's really good. Really good set. Now, I think we're going to get into doing some other ones here. Not today. My God, not today. This took forever to try and find these sets to go together. And I do feel like overall you're going to want to take, not this one, not the one with 1 latent power, unless you really want to play with Legiacris stuff. Because, don't worry, Legiacris, the Leviathan's Fury damage is calculated in here. So if we unclick that, you can see it goes down. I would say this one, just go full into latent power. Or the first one that Ellison suggested, or this last one, if you get hit like I do. That'd be the 3 that I'd go with. I would stay away from the element focused one, and I would stay away from the 1 point of latent power, because when Leviathan's Fury is not active and latent power is not active, you're just clearly lower than the other set. Now, you could do that. You could cherry pick a lot of stuff like that, but if we're going to push in the latent power, we're going to go full bore. We're going to full send that shit. We're not going to hang around. Yeah, that's Insect Glaive. Thank you, Ellison, for submitting that. Thank you for watching the video, everyone. If you did like the video, please consider liking and subscribing. leaving a comment. All be much appreciated. If you know, and we'll see you next time on the next adventure. Bye.